All right, here we are going to review some of the practice problems that you should hopefully have done before you are watching this video. So if you have not done the 3.6 practice, that the first line looks like this, please pause the video, do as much of that worksheet as you can, and then come back to this. For those of you who have done it, we're going to go through one or two in each section to make sure that you are doing it correctly. So let's start off here. Number one, estimate by using front-end estimation, then estimate by rounding. If we are doing front-end estimation, we are looking at the first place value. So 43 would round, or would go down to 40, 67 down to 60, multiply the two out, and you get 2,400, as your product. We're going to use the R to show what we are rounding. 43 would round to 40, and 67 would round up to 70. So 40 times 70, use what you know about 4 times 7, which would give you 2,800. So you know that your answer, your product to 43 times 67 would be somewhere in between those two answers. So we'll put both of those on that line right there. Sorry, we just got an email from Mr. Stoller in the corner. All right, so question number 2, let's erase this. And front-end estimation, we have 35 times 78 right here, circled in green. If we are going down on both of them, they would be 30 times 70, which would give us a very, very low estimate because we're rounding them both down. And we would get 2,100 as our low-end estimate. By rounding them, these would both happen to round up to 40, and 78 would round up to 80, which would give us an estimated product of 3,200. So we know that our answer would be somewhere between those two estimated products. Gives us a high and a low that it would be in between of. So we'll put those both on the line, and then we will move on to the next page. So number 6, just to show you an example of one that would be with a 3-digit problem. By giving a front-end estimate, we would have 80 times 400 because you are only looking at that first digit, the 4. The 87, even though it's a lot closer to 500, wouldn't matter. So 80 times 400 would give you, and I made a typo when I was first doing this, we add a 0 in later. We get a low estimate of 32,000 and a high estimate of 40,000. There comes our 0 back. So once we put the commas in, we'll know that our answer will come between 32,000 and 40,000. Let's see if we pull the calculator. Not sure about that one, I don't think so. All right, then on the next set, it says estimate and give a range which includes the actual product, which is basically what the first thing that we were doing. So by using front end rounding here, we're going to do both of them down. 20 times 30, which gives us a low estimate, would give us 600. Rounding them both up would give us 30 times 40, because 27 would round to 30 and 39 would round to 40. Gives us a range between 600 and 1,200. So we know that the product of 27 and 39 would have to be somewhere in between those two numbers. I think this is the one we pulled the calculator out on. Yep, there it is. Not going to see the numbers that I typed, I don't think, but I have to put 27 times 39 in, and we get an answer of 1,053. Which is right in between that range that we got. The last problem that we're going to do is a 2 by 3 digit. So using front end, 85 goes to 80, 317 goes to 300, and that gives us 8 times 3 is 24. Then we adjust our place value to get 24,000, rounding them both up. 90 times 400, because this is a little tricky. We definitely want to make sure we have a range. If we go to 300, we're not sure if we adjusted enough. So that gives us 36,000. And we know that our answer would be between 24,000 and 36,000. And I'm not sure if we brought a calculator. Yes, we did. So let's see what the actual product is. Now, you don't need to find the actual product on these. I'm just demonstrating that as an example of, look, 26,945, which is in fact in between those two numbers. So hopefully that gives you a better idea of how to do the problems on practice 3.6. Once again, email Mrs. Porter or Miss Pickard if you have any questions about that, and hopefully we will get the 3.7 up and posted sometime tomorrow, and you are all staying nice and dry. We will see you soon. Bye.